Well, hey guys, how you doing tonight? This is Bear with Bear's Den Acrylic Art, and we are back with another painting video. So I know the 2 videos ago I said I was going to be done with my Harvest Moon series, but I guess I lied. So here we are. I've got a 16 by 40 canvas in front of me that I have flooded with this custom rust color. I made this by mixing, like 4 ounces of cadmium orange with an ounce of ultramarine blue. I have some burnt sienna in there. So I just kind of tweaked it until I got it to the shade that I wanted, because I wanted to play with some orange, but not like so orange that it's an affront to your eyes. So I think this pour is going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to look really good, or I will have committed a crime against art. So time will tell. So we are going to be doing another Harvest Moon. Now, this we're going to kind of keep simple, all right? Because my metal leafing, it's going to start in the center, and then I'm going to have several circles in decreasing size go down towards the ends. So I want to keep the middle more or less open. So our composition is going to hug the perimeter. So I think all I'm going to do, we're going to keep it real easy. I'm just going to kind of do a J, which is something that I had done in a previous one that I thought turned out really well. So fingers crossed. So my first color going down, this is Rich Espresso by Dazzling, DecoArt's Dazzling Metallics. So what I think I'm going to do, let's see. Something like that, all right? I think that will look good. Yeah, so I wanted to do like this rust-colored background, but I wanted to see if I could spare it from looking overly autumnal. And you're about to ask yourself, well, then why are you using all of these autumnal colors? Because I think once all is said and done, it won't read as autumnal. I'm kind of going for like a smoggy sunset. Think of like DTLA sunset. So Sashay Red by Modern Masters. And that is not an indictment on any of you who live in the Los Angeles area. But I've been there when it's been really smoggy. All right. So next, one of my favorites. This is Quinacridone Gold by DecoArt Media. And this is real similar to our base coat. Just a couple shades lighter. And this had, believe it or not, this had more of a contrast against the base than the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold by Golden. All right, so the color I am least confident in, but my gut is telling me to use it, Nickel Azo Yellow by Golden. And we're just going to make sure I shake that. Yeah, this is a color that I hardly ever use. But this is what my gut is telling me to do. So we're gonna do it. And that got a little thin towards the end, so we're gonna come back in. All right, so now for some lighter metallics. All right, so this is Dorado Gold by Chroma, which is very similar to like a soft gold. And again, this I thought would stand as a good kind of contrast, especially with what we have coming down the pipe. So next, another of my favorite golds. This is Iridescent Gold Deep by Golden. Just it's a richer gold because I didn't want to put in a 24K. All right. Few more. All right, next we have Iridescent White by Liquitex. All right. Rounding third base. All right. This is Light Apricot by Arteza, which is it's a really nice opaque, soft, peachy color. Sorry. Use my words. All right, so the penultimate color, and I am saying this out loud, so I remind myself to go kind of easy on this. This is the Metallic Burnt Orange by Modern Masters. And it's not, in my opinion, it's not overly burnt, if that makes sense. But it still brings a nice shimmer to it. And then lastly, I do have the Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold because I wanted to end with something dark. And if you're familiar with this color, you know it dries kind of glossy. So with all of the other colors kind of holding it up, I think it'll stand out the way that it should. All right, so we've got a ton of paint. So let's go in with our torch for some housekeeping. All right. So I'm going to start here All right, we'll blow this part out first, and then I'll come back and finish this. All right, here we go. That's really pretty so far. All right, just seeing what I need to do if I want to try and shape this a little bit. Wow. Okay, I think you guys are gonna like this, because I sure do. All right, now, a couple things right off the bat. Now, this part right here that I'm torching, I didn't do a great job of keeping the center open, as you can see. However, once you see how much lacing is going on here, I don't think you'll mind, because I sure don't. Now, I do want to try, this part right here is bugging me a little bit. I tried to create some separation. You know what? I don't like that, but I am going to need to get on this side to blow this back out. But right here, I'm just trying to bring up any cells that might be hiding underneath. All right. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to fiddle with this part right here. Then I am going to take care of my edges, and I will bring you in for the wet results so you can see what this looks like from my point of view. So I will see you down here in just a couple minutes. Okay, friends, these are the wet results. Now, let's bring this in. All right, so pardon the glare, as always. Now, look at the colors here. These are fantastic. The lacing is amazing. Look at that. Gorgeous. And it carries all the way up. It just gives the piece so much texture, you know? I think it looks really, really good. So if we bring it back. So I'm very curious about two things. Now, number one, I noticed that as I was blowing it out, it wasn't moving the way that I was expecting because there's a ton of paint in the center. So, you know, on the edges here, I had a hell of a time trying to get it to move. So if this dries without any cracking, I think it'll be a miracle. And I really hope that is the case because I love how this looks. And I'm just really curious to see what it looks like, how dark it dries, to be honest with you. So we'll see in a couple days. So fingers crossed that it doesn't crack, and we will go from there. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this video. I had a good time as always. And again, fingers crossed that this dries without cracking because there's a lot of paint in the middle. Anyway, if you are new to my channel and you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that thumbs up. That helps me a lot. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified of when I upload new content. And by all means, please feel free to leave me a comment. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. So this piece, provided it cooperates when drying, and all of my other pieces will be or are available for purchase. You can find them on my website, www.bearsdenacrylicart.com. Good Lord. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under Bears Den Acrylic Art. You can find and, you know, follow my page if you want to. You can also email me directly at bear@bearsdenacrylicart.com. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you as always for taking the time to watch. It means a lot to me, and I will see you back with the next video. All right, take care, guys. Bye. All right, guys, sorry to interrupt my regular flow of things, but I wanted you guys to see this. What fresh hell is going on? Look at all of these little pinholes, and I torched the bejesus out of this, and it's only going to get worse as the center dries. So I am I am really kind of taken aback by this. I mean, good God, look at that. So I guess when this is all dry, we're going to throw one, maybe two coats of gesso on this, and we're going to redo it because all of those holes is not a good look. So, yikes. All right, guys, so here are the final dry results, and as you can see, you know, this is pretty thoroughly pocked, which I am pretty bitter about because I was really happy with this piece initially, but I guess, you know, even though I thought that I had torched the bejesus out of this, maybe, you know, maybe just a little bejesus decided to stay in it. So bitter bear is bitter, but, you know, lesson learned. So I will turn this fail into a win. You know, like I said, I'm going to throw a couple coats of gesso on this and have another go at it. You know, if for nothing else, at least I know that, you know, like a burnt orange kind of rusty base coat looks pretty good. So, you know, that's a win. So Better luck next time. Womp womp.